I thought the fashion industry was all about designing pretty clothes and having the time of my life at catwalk shows, gala shows, evenings out, swanky dinners, and really living my best life. There was that once you'd gained team cred and served time. But when you first start, when you first start out, it's just not. It's about deadlines, pressure, speed, approval, bonding, teamwork, understanding business quickly, presentations, talking in front of huge amounts of people, being judged, dealing with pressure, understanding the peaks and the troughs of square footage on the shop floor, lighting, visual merchandising, training, brand voice, mission statement, minimums, marketing, sales, private label, department store, independence, ideal customer, true customer, license holder, T's and C's, terms and conditions, cost price, wholesale prices, shipments, sign offs, retail prices, production timelines, lead times, critical paths, fabrics, yarns, dips, to name just a few areas that you must learn like yesterday. But you can learn it all. You're not expected to know it in the first instance, and it does all take time. But it's so important to choose the right brand and the right team to gain the right experience and training and support from your seniors, and to be in the environment that inspires you. The creative part is just one piece of a huge puzzle. Every day, I learned how to connect design to production, to marketing and sales. It's a very different space than any other industry. You can transfer your skills to other industries, but the fashion industry itself is a whole different world. But it's a highly exciting one, and one that I'm very proud of and passionate about. The last year of my degree course was all about talking to as many design labels as possible. I didn't really understand the market so well, so I went to the top and I stayed at the top until I learnt what I needed to learn to be able to understand the rest of the market and gain real time experience and confidence. In the last year of my degree, I wrote letters upon letters. I made phone calls upon phone calls offering my services. I made trips to London. I talked to as many recruitment consultants as possible, showing them what I was passionate about, talking to them about the industry, talking to them about what opportunities might be suitable for me, talking to them about different brands that they've had and have on their books. And believe it or not, once you're known and you're good, hardworking, and committed in the industry, London is a very small place. So you will get referrals and you will get support. I wasn't lucky to gain work experience in the last year of my degree course. I made sure it happened. I made sure I got experience. I offered my services for as long or as short as I possibly could, and all I asked for was travel expenses. I said yes to everything to make it work. I was able to achieve placements in Janet Rager, Julian McDonald. I landed jobs at Dressers, at big catwalks, and London Fashion Week. I worked Clothes Show Live. I worked for David Emmanuel. I cut off a little bit of the last second year and a little bit of the autumn term. I worked with him throughout the whole of the summer and a bit beyond. I worked for a couple of weeks at Hardy Amy's. All designer brands, all work placements will negotiate different terms with you. Recruitment agencies won't be able to get you the internship or the work placements. You have to pick up the phone and you have to write letters and emails yourself. You have to be tenacious. All designer brands will tell you how long they want you there, or how long they'll tolerate you. So by the time I graduated, I went straight into interviewing because I'd built those relationships and I'd pushed myself out there. So it was only a matter of time before the right opportunity came about from the agents that I'd built strong relationships in. Some of the agents were absolutely fantastic and so supportive of me. After several interviews and several presentations later, I landed my first design assistant role at Elle Fashion. It was so inspiring, so creative. I was so excited. To me, it felt so glamorous. My role itself was a design assistant. I supported the design manager in jersey wear. I'd supported the underwear, nightwear designer. I'd supported graphics, and then I went on to doing graphics myself. I then had a promotion to design coordinator. Effectively, it was linking all the collections from all the different fabrications and more responsibility of graphic design. So, under the umbrella of the Elle brand, we used to produce woven wear, jersey wear, graphics, underwear, nightwear, sportswear. It was just such a fantastic time. It was such a strong team. I hit my promotion and then I did 2 years in that role and absolutely loved it. I learned so much about the fashion industry. It was my job to go to Portugal every 6 or 7 weeks, and that's when I started traveling. I used to go a lot with the design manager, and then I used to go on my own. I was very young, but I went on my own to make sure all the samples were produced correctly to the fits to our specification and then pushed them through to production. Elle designed for wholesale and retail markets. So it was very, very busy. It was a very, very busy environment. It was before the days of email attachments, really. We were emailing, but it was before the days of high tech internet. So we had to fax all our text sheets. And that is another story in itself. If you want to know any more about what it's like faxing 130 or so tech packs over to China, making sure that every single detail had gone over and there were no errors, then let me know and I'll do another story, a YouTube on that. It was a wonderful time for, I think, around 4 years in total that I was there. I learned and realized that I did adore design, but I didn't just want to be a designer. I wanted to be more at the forefront of the fashion industry. I enjoyed designing the product. I enjoyed redesigning the product around fitting the customer. I enjoyed presenting and talking to people. I enjoyed explaining the process and the concept of design to whoever needed to know. But I quickly learned that I wanted to be at the forefront of the fashion industry and I wanted to be more involved at the front end. And that's when I realized I wanted to train as a buyer and I wanted to train as a product developer and try and encompass the whole process of the fashion industry within my role. I didn't really know much about product development at the time, but I was already doing it. So my next step was actually to get closer to that sort of position. And that's what I did. If you're studying fashion, or if you're new to the fashion industry because you've recently launched your own collection, or you are working on the front end of your brand and want to start learning how the fashion industry really works and need to be supported, comment fashion and I will send you a free strategy call link. We can talk about the choices of what you want to do next in the industry, or we can talk about challenges and pressure points that you have already in the industry. And we can talk about how I can help you. Thank you very much for listening. Until the next video. Bye bye for now.